Hey, this is Vik JC back with Bradley from Helium 10, who is going to give us something brand new today that I've not really messed around with too much, had a little tinkle with it, really loved it, but Bradley's going to show us something really cool with this tool. How you doing, Bradley?
I'm doing just ducky.
What's ducky?
I don't know. That's something my dad used to say, so it just sounds funny.
Well, I'm going to assume you're pretty cool. You're right.
I think so. And speaking of cool, we're going to hopefully blow some people's minds today with today's video.
I can't wait. I'm really looking forward to this one.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let me go ahead and share my screen here and talk a little bit first about what we're going to do.
Cool.
So, first of all, when we talk about bullet points and description and title and things and images, so much we think like sellers. All right.
Yeah.
We need to put our buyer's hat, not our seller's hat. We need to just put our buyer's hat, sometimes on right here, where we're not like thinking just like a seller. All right. So basically what that means is we think, oh, my title needs to be 187 characters, or, oh, I need to have like this amount of keywords and it needs to be in phrase form. Like, these are all important things, but think about it. Does the buyer care anything about that? Like, oh my goodness, this listing has 188 characters instead of 176 and it's not indexed for this. Oh my goodness, I don't want to buy this product. No, buyer doesn't care about those things. And that's why it's important that we need to make sure that we have the buyer's mentality on. Like, what do we look for when we buy? Most of us buy things on Amazon or some website. So it should be easy for us to put that buyer's hat on. And this is the biggest mistake, in my opinion, that Amazon sellers make. There's two kinds of customers or buyers, in my opinion. This is a generalization, but bear with me here. There's the kind of person who goes to Amazon just because they want to get the Prime. They already know what they're going to buy. Maybe they saw it on TV. They saw it on a commercial. All right. They know what they're going to buy. So they're just searching for the exact product just so they can get the 2-day delivery or the confidence of Amazon Prime. All right. They're locked in on the product. They don't care too much about the images. They don't care too much about the bullet points. They just want to find that product. And then once they find it, boom, I'm going to buy it. All right. So those customers, those kind are hard to get. If they're not looking for your product, it's very unlikely that you're going to convince them. Like, let's say they're looking for Balenciaga shoes. All right. So they're looking for Balenciaga shoes. All right. If they see your shoes on the search results, it doesn't matter. They're not going to buy yours. But the second kind of customers is like, hey, instead of searching for Balenciaga triple S, they're searching for best shoes to flex on at the club or something like, some generalized.
Is that what you type in?
Right. And then, that's kind of like what I type in. But anyways, those kind of people, they're not married to a certain brand. Their kind of options are open. So they're going to look whatever strikes their fancy. Is that a British term? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, we understand.
Okay. Whatever like floats their boat. Okay. So they're open. So they're going to click on something that just captures their attention. And then there's this like short window of like 10 seconds or 15 seconds as they browse the page. They're looking at the first couple images, the bullet points, the description, and they're looking for something that just tells them, hey, stay on this page, buy me. And so that's what we're going to talk about today. How do we make that emotional connection where we can get that second kind of customer? Because that, as private label sellers, that's the only kind of customer really that we can market to. You're going to waste all your time and money if you're trying to market to people who are looking for a certain brand and just trying to convince them to buy yours instead. A very low chance. All right. So let's talk about that a little. I'm going to show that in action right here. Now, this example I've done before on videos, but the reason why I love it is because the first time I saw it, it just blew my mind. I searched my famous collagen peptides, which I'm always searching for, right? And I was on one of these. Let me see if they're still selling. Oh, they are still selling, all right? So I was looking at this one. Now, I can't talk too bad about this product. This product, if you run X-ray, they're making like between $300,000 and $700,000 a month on this one SKU, all right? So obviously, they're doing something right, okay? But here's my point. Let's take a look at some of this right here. First of all, just look at the title. non-GMO, grass-fed, pasture-raised cattle. What the heck? Am I buying a cow here? I don't understand that. Now look at the very first bullet point. Now, on desktop, as you can see here, what's the only things that you can see, like the first couple of bullet points?
Yeah.
You know, the description is like way down here. But actually, do you know what comes up first, Vic, on a mobile browser?
It is the description, right?
Yeah. So it's opposite.
Yeah.
So in my opinion, this section right here, the first part of your description, the first couple bullet points, obviously the title, obviously the image, these are all your very narrow window of opportunity to make that emotional connection. Now, go ahead and start. Can you read this? Can you read the screen?
Yeah.
Go ahead and read this in a very monotone way about have it accurately reflect your excitement about what it's saying here. So go ahead. This first bullet point.
Monotone. Okay. Premium. Okay. I don't know how to do monotone. Premium quality. Zamex collagen is enzymatically processed to ensure intact peptides property.
What the heck is this? like honestly, like did that move your soul? Like, is that? I mean, what are they thinking? Like, this is what they choose.
Enzymatically. Well, I don't know what the hell any of that meant.
I mean, maybe a scientist, you know, like it's going to be like inspired over this, but there is nothing there that's like, oh my God, I need this product. I'm already put this. Let's say I'm of the 10% of the population who is not completely bored to death yet. Let's continue reading. It says, sourced from pasture-raised, grass-fed, non-GMO, type Roman numeral 1 and Roman numeral 3, 100% natural hydrolyzed collagen, served with 18 amino. Honestly, this is like, I am bored to death. By this time, if I'm still on here, I've gone back, I've clicked back on my browser, and I'm looking for something else.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, there's nothing there that captures my attention.
Yeah.
That
you don't know what you don't know what it does. You don't know what it does for you.
I don't know what it does for me. Like, it doesn't solve any of my problems. No. It doesn't help me achieve any of my goals. And then let's just look at some of these pictures here. Okay, you know, these are nice images. Okay, this is good. Lifestyle, like, I don't understand what they're trying to say here. Does if I take collagen peptides, am I able to give a better piggyback ride to my wife or girlfriend or something? Like, what's the message here? You know, like, what's the use? Like, I don't get it. Focus, like, so okay, it supports bone and joint health, so I guess that helps me run. Like, but still, like, this is a very small part of the population who's going to look like this and who's going to be running on the beach with shoes on. You know, like, but I mean, this is just not speaking at all to my emotions. So this is what you do. Now, you teach people, Vic, I'm sure, your audience, like, before they make a product, they should study the competitors' reviews, right?
100%,
I'm sure you
100%.
Okay. In what context? So what's the very first context? And this is 100% right. I'm sure you're going to say the right thing. We didn't practice this already. But
let's see.
What's the first reason why you should study your competitors' reviews?
So we know what they like and what they dislike.
Exactly. All right. You know what they like, so you got to make sure that your product is going to have that.
Yeah.
You look what everybody hates about the other product and try and fix that about your product. And that still should be the first steps. But then once it's time to make the listing, this is what I suggest doing. And this is such a simple thing, and I think it's going to blow some people's minds here. You use X-Ray, Helium 10 X-Ray, and then you hit Review Downloader. Now, I'm just going to look at all the reviews from, let's just say, the last year. All right, I can go back in time. If this was the first stage, I can say, hey, show me only the 1-star reviews. Hey, show me only the 5-star reviews. Show me only the ones that have images, whatever. There's tons of things you can do this. But in this text or context, I am going to look at all of the reviews that have come in the last year. And my purpose in this is, whether it's positive or negative, I want to get into my customer's mind.
Yeah.
I want to know about what my customers are thinking about, because if I have a product that's exactly the same as this, all right, or very similar, basically the typical customer, potential customer for me, is the same exact customer as for this. So whatever people think about or love or hate or is important to a customer of this product, guess what? That's my customer avatar too. So watch how fast this is going to be. All right. So this just downloads all the reviews. But this button here is one of the most powerful buttons in all of the Helium 10 suite. This little button called Analysis. Do you know what happens like this?
Say that again. You cut out.
Or not? Do you know what happens when I click this button?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I know what happens.
Okay, good. So basically what it's going to show is all of the 2, 3, 4, and 5 word phrases that appear most in the reviews.
Yeah.
All right. So watch this. So you might think that, okay, one of the main things is probably going to be, collagen peptides or something about my skin, okay, that makes sense. This is about skin. But look at the number one thing that is mentioned here in the reviews: in my coffee. Now, I'll never forget the first time I saw this, when this tool first came out, and I was like, ha, ha, ha. Helium 10 developers, I found a mistake. This is a vitamin or supplement.
Yeah.
What in the world does it have to do with coffee? And plus, there is no way that the number one thing that everybody is talking about is in my coffee. Look at this, 62 times people mention in my coffee, right? So the other thing I thought of, and this is another function of this tool, what some black hat sellers do? They take what they call a zombie listing. They take like a dead listing that was for something else, and then they resurrect it and then put their product on there just so they can look like they have a lot of reviews, and so it's about something else. So that was the second thing I thought of. I was like, okay, maybe they took some kind of like coffee sweetener, and they're just hijacking that, right? But no, watch this. All you have to do is click this once. Every single review that said in my coffee now shows up, and it's highlighted. This is not me highlighting this. This is Helium 10. So now within 1 minute, watch what happens. I'm going to just skim this and figure something out here. I've put this in my coffee. I put a scoop in my coffee every morning. I put this in my coffee every morning. Usually in my coffee, 1 scoop a day. I put a scoop in my coffee every day. I'm putting a scoop of this in my coffee. So now all of a sudden, if I didn't know much about collagen peptides, and guess what, guys? Most of the products you find to sell on Amazon is going to be about a product you've probably never even heard of before, or you have no idea about. You have to pick that product because it's one of the few places where there's opportunity. So within less than 30 seconds, now I found out that the number one thing that people are concerned about, or people use this for, is putting this collagen in their coffee. And maybe I never knew that. So how does that change how you make the listing? Now, watch this. I'm going to go back here. Instead of this nonsense bullet point, I'm going to say something like, would you like to have, what is this? Does it even say how much, it doesn't even say, let's say 18 grams of protein in an easily dissolvable mix for your everyday morning coffee? Oh, shoot. Now, if I'm a customer looking at this and I read that, I'm like, holy crap. That's exactly why I was searching for this. How did they know? And the reason why this is so important is, guess what, guys? You could do the best keyword research in the world using Helium 10. And that's great. You absolutely should. What comes up in keyword research, though? What comes up in keyword research are words that people search for, that they type for. Collagen peptides powder, hydrolyzed these, and that accurately so, that's what people search for. But guess what? What they're thinking about is they're looking for something that they can mix in their coffee because that's what they want. But they don't type that because they know that they're not going to come up with any results. They don't put in my coffee. So Helium 10 is never going to show in my coffee as something that's going to in keyword in Cerebro or Magnet, because that's not what people search for, but it's what they're thinking about. But it's so important that, yes, you have to have what people search for. But once they get to their page, you've got to have something that they think about, that speaks to their emotions, that speaks to their goal. So then that is going to completely change how I make my title. I'm going to put about coffee here. My first bullet point, what does their description say down here? Collagen is the protein that moves you, skins to joint, muscles to bones. About 30% of your protein mass consists of... Like, dude, I don't need an anatomy lesson about what collagen does. If I didn't know that I need collagen in my life, I wouldn't be searching for it. So again, this is completely useless here. So I would, again, go to something else that I saw on there that really speaks to their emotions, or I would mention coffee again. What about image? This can affect how you make your images. Instead of this nonsense one, what would you put here? Knowing this information now, how would you change it? Using maybe the same models.
There's going to be either a coffee cup in there, or somebody drinking coffee, or pouring it into a coffee mug.
Exactly. 10 times as impactful as this, which tells me nothing. Because then they see a couple, reading the newspaper or something around the kitchen table and drinking a cup of coffee with maybe the wife or the husband pouring it, scooping it in. It's like, that's like, whoa, that's me. People relate to that. So guys, this is just one tiny thing that took us 30 seconds to do. But I hope you guys can see the power of this and how it should transform the way you make your listings, because don't make your listings only about keywords and trying to stuff your listing. No, you've got to make that emotional connection, because you've got the very small window to convince somebody who has never heard of your brand before that this is what they need. And so you've got to make that connection.
Yeah. So the keywords is really useful to get you initially indexed, and Amazon will recognize it really quickly anyway. So trying to stuff those keywords in the description and the title is not really that useful, and it's not going to help the customer make their buying decision. It just helps the customer get to the right place. And once they're there, it's all about, how does this benefit me, and how does this fit into my lifestyle? And what you're saying, in what we've just found in that review downloader, is that these people are using this product. They've typed in what they know they need to type in to find the product that they need, but now they need it sold to them. And they get it sold to them by using the review downloader and using, I use this in my coffee. You can use it in your coffee. It's going to be great with your coffee, with pictures that show it being used with coffee. And then they could personally start relating. And then, like you said, people are going to relate that to their lifestyle and think, that's me. I use coffee. I drink coffee. And I would love to have more protein in my coffee.
Right? Exactly. And a lot of people are even thinking about that. Like, that's their goal. Like, hey, I have been using this in my coffee. Now I just need to find something else. And then when they see a seller or a listing that really speaks to them, it's like, wow, I'm connecting with this product or this brand, because they obviously have my thoughts in mind. They're not trying to lecture me on the history of collagen or trying to tell me how much the cow pooped, that it came from or whatever. I mean, who cares about that? So that's just one feature of Review Downloader, which I think is the most powerful. Another thing is you can do export all the reviews. I highly suggest this, like maybe once a week or once a month, having your VA do it, because as we know, sometimes Amazon will take reviews away.
Yeah.
So if you know that you guys are not doing shady reviews, which I hope none of you guys are, and Amazon takes away your review, which you would know using X-Ray, when you use X-Ray, it tells you if your reviews have gone down or up.
Yeah.
Then you could look back and compare. Hey, you would know exactly what review was taken away because you have a copy of it. And then you open a case with Amazon and say, hey, this review from Sherry on April 3rd, 2018 with this text, I noticed you guys took this away, but this is 100% valid review. Why did you guys take this away? And then that just gives kind of more like impact to Amazon. Like, holy crap, this seller knows what's up, so it might help your, not guaranteed, of course, might help your cases. Another case, what happens in some categories in the UK, I'm in the US right now, but Amazon gives the same BSR to every child item in a variation. So you don't know what is the main seller. Like, give me something that has to do with like betting, like something I can search for.
What's say something to do with betting?
Betting.
Oh, betting.
Like, like I don't know.
Pillowcase
or blanket. Pillowcase. Okay, let's see. Now I'm gonna look for something that has a lot of variations. Here we go. Let's try and find. I'm not sure if this is the right category, but there are some categories like here. This probably is one here. Let's take a look. Perfect. Okay, so looking at this, now this is a #1 new release. I might not want to do that. I want to do like a one with tons and tons of products here, or tons and tons of reviews. Let's see. Wow, actually pillowcases might be a nice niche. Oh, here we go. Holy cow, 5,000 reviews. All right, here we go. So let's say you are going to come out with a pillowcase. Okay, let me just run this really quick. Perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. Okay, so let's say you're going to come out with a pillowcase. Now, you can see this person has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21, like 50 variations, right? So if you were going to go to your factory, and your minimum order quantity was like 500 each color, oh my goodness, you're talking thousands and thousands of units you would have to invest in. You don't have the time, you don't have the money to do it. So you want to know which one is the best selling. But look at this. Look at what Helium 10 says, and this is what any tool will say. It is saying that every single one of these is the same, is selling the same.
Yeah.
All right. Now, why is Helium? Does that mean, is this a Helium 10 mistake? No. Well, the reason is, if you look here on the page itself, come on, Chrome. If you look on the page itself, this is what I get. I have like about 17 windows open right here. Shame on me. Where is it? Where is the BSR? Here, all right? If you look at this, like notice this. This is 108M. So this is this ASIN, right? And it's saying this is number 171 in home and kitchen, all right? 108M. Now watch this when I go to another variation. Let's go to, well, this looks interesting. Ooh, actually, I like this. Is this a Starry Night? I might have to buy this one. Let's see. Come on, Chrome. Let's go. Ooh, I like that. All right. So now I'm on a different ASIN. You see, this is a different ASIN. Yeah. 5AW. And let's go down here and take a look. 5AW. Look at this. Come on. 171. So there are glitches in Amazon where in some whole categories, you have no idea what's selling the best. Now, as we saw that they're selling like $20,000 a month or something like that, or $200,000 a month. I don't know. So what you do is you run Review Downloader, and I think I just did that. And now look at this. This shows all of the reviews by the variation. So then I can see, I'm just scanning here, and then I'm going, boom, right here. This one is dominating the sales. All right. Even though there's 50 variations, this one has over a quarter of the reviews. Yeah. So what does that mean? That means that this is the number one selling, most likely number one selling variation. So if I'm going to come out with a pillowcase, I can only maybe do 2 or 3 at the beginning. I can't do all 50. Yeah. Well, which ones am I don't have to guess, because if you're just looking on Amazon, you have no. Personally, I would think Starry Night is the number one seller just because that's so amazing, right? But
you got bad taste. You got bad taste, man.
Yeah, I think that's why nobody likes to stay at my house. But anyway, I would have no idea. I would be like rolling dice. It would be worse than rolling dice. Dice, is only a 1 in 6 chance, right? Yeah. I would have no idea. I could be investing all my money into a color that's not really the best seller. But looking here, I know immediately that this one is going to be, the best seller for them. So it's just another way that you can use Review Downloader just in your product research when you're studying variations. Now, a lot of categories aren't like this. Beauty, health, it actually has a different BSR for every item, so you know which one is the top selling. But there are some categories, like I don't even know what the category this is. I'm assuming it's health or home and household or home and kitchen. Yeah. So home and kitchen, you're kind of blind. So anyways, Review Downloader, that's just one of the over 20 tools on Helium 10. And actually, this is probably one of the least used ones or the most underused in my opinion. But if you guys have Helium 10, I hope you can see the power of this tool and how it can, whether you're coming up with a new product or if you have an existing product, that first thing that we said, like you, Vik, what I would do if I were you, if you have something that has at least 500 reviews, go and do this on your own product. Yeah. People are talking about something about your product that you had no idea is important to them. Yeah. And now that will cause you to go and change your listing. Like, hey, everybody loves this about my product, so I'm gonna put that in the first bullet point. There's just so many different uses you can have for this.
And that's a super powerful tool. And the last bit that you just showed me, I never knew Helium 10 actually did that. So that's super powerful. I used to sit there and try and figure out what the algorithm is, where's Amazon actually landing first, and maybe that's the one that people are buying. But now we know for sure, based on those reviews, which one is the one that people are actually buying. So that's super, super powerful. So I'm just going to tell the audience exactly how you can go about getting the tool. You can get the Chrome extension for free, but if you want X-Ray and all the other bits, hit the link in the description. I think the X-Ray Chrome extension is only $17 a month. Is it $17 a month? Check it out anyway. And then also, if you're going to get the platinum package?
Yes.
I think it's a platinum package. There's also a 50% off link that I'm going to put down there below too. If you like this video and it was useful to you or you learned something new, then why don't you check out some of the courses that I have available. They start from only $47 and take you through a step-by-step process in starting an Amazon FBA business. You can also get my mentorship, which is really important to get if you really want to launch this business and start this properly. So if you have any questions or you want to discuss some specific products with me, then I will be there to support you. If you are interested, I have put a link in the description below. I have some discounts running at this moment, so go and check that out and see if this is right for you. I will see you in the next video.